I need to find out what company the NFL's insurance is run through, because if I find out that the NFL's players' insurance is run through MetLife and they have a field under that name with that shitty of a playing surface, I don't know if I use maybe a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. It is some form of,
Propaganda? I
it
don't know.
is some form of scheme where, yeah, as I watch well, this is a different field, so I got an NFL game on right now. Someone's getting carted off, but listen, the players deserve better, a better playing surface, especially for one of your stadiums that two teams share as a home. It is ridiculous. The Eddie Jackson play was hard to watch. I was very mad that they showed the replay. Like, I shouldn't be this angry during this game because honestly, I've mentally checked out. Like, I tune in for the games. I hope Fields does well. I want us to win. But these wins and loss, like, a win might feel like the goddamn Super Bowl, but we don't know what that feels like anymore because we haven't won in so long. But the losses aren't as hurtful as they have been in years past, where it's like we know we're fighting for something. We know guys are fighting for their jobs. First year in a new regime, a lot of new players. A lot of these players won't be back, but it was ugly, man. It was an ugly game, and you lose arguably your best player that we have left on the defensive side of the ball, and you lose your most explosive wide receiver that you have on the offensive side of the ball. And at this point, we're starting to reach the point of the season where it's now business decisions. People are going to start making business. These weren't even like opportunities where they had a chance to make a business decision. They just got hurt because it's a shitty playing surface. I don't want to see Fields play again for the rest of the year, to be honest.
I'm so glad that he didn't play now
No.
after seeing those two injuries, and we already didn't want him to play like coming into this game,
Yeah.
but it was kind of weird that they announced it so late. But I mean, I guess I understand the gamesmanship part of it and not wanting to give anything away. Completely different style of offense that Getsy wants to run when Simeon or Peterman are in there compared to Fields. So I kind of understand that from that aspect of things. But man, just I can't stand it, dude. Like, we talk all the time about Soldier Field being a terrible surface and the city not helping out in regards to that or whatever. And just get out of there, go to Arlington Heights, and the whole conversation that we've had all basically before the season even. But this is horrible. Like, what they have going on in the Meadowlands is absolutely terrible too. So just feels like healthy players go there to get hurt. Like, that's what you do. You just go there to get hurt, and you might escape with a win. Obviously, the Bears had no chance in this game. We got up for the letdown, I feel like, a little bit in that first quarter.
Yeah, the way they were moving the ball in that first quarter, I was like, okay, like they don't know what they're looking at with Simeon because he hasn't played since last year. So, but
yeah, and he was getting the ball out pretty fast, man. Like, he was finding guys underneath. He was getting the ball out pretty quickly. Obviously, Byron Pringle had a really nice catch there for the touchdown, which, holy shit, I kind of forgot he was even on the roster. So where's that been? I mean, I know he hasn't been playing much this season, but very nice catch there.
I think one of the things that you could see with Simeon I think it's fair to say that Fields isn't better than him at every aspect of the game, because one guy's started a bunch of games in the NFL, been around for 5 years, and has more seasoning, and the other's a young athlete who's trying to learn the passing game in the NFL better. And one thing that you saw with Simeon was just kind of throwing it up and giving him his guys chances. That's not something that I think Fields is quite at the point of yet, where the deep ball to Claypool, that was a contested catch that he made. The one to Pringle was like an interceptable pass that Pringle made a play on. It's that almost Simeon needs to trust his receivers to have any success. Fields doesn't, and it's kind of a crutch that Fields has, and I think he's going to get better at. I think he's already gotten better at and will continue to get better with not needing a guy to be that open to say, I'm going to throw this and he's going to make the catch. And it's also a thing that comes with, better receivers become easier to trust. But Simeon's a guy who he just needs to trust them no matter who they are. Otherwise, he won't move the football. And the turf, man, first of all, I don't understand why the Meadowlands has turf. It's an outdoor stadium. What are you doing here? Turf is so much more dangerous on injuries. The numbers all point to it. It's pretty clear that as far as ligaments go, turf is much more strenuous on the body. Like I was texting with my buddy who's a physical trainer, physical therapist during the game, and he was saying, yeah, the turf it doesn't give like grass does. So when you cut hard and the turf doesn't give, one of your joints gives.
Yeah, you
yeah. And
Jesus
that's like
fucking
it's honestly
Christ.
something I want to like I'm thinking about with the new stadium the Bears are building. It's supposed to be a dome indoors. I would love for them to find a way to do something like Arizona did, where they have real grass indoors. But I don't think that's doable with the seasons in Chicago. I'm interested to see what they do there, because every time the Bears play on turf, I'm holding my breath that a guy like Tariq Cohen isn't going to have a career-ending injury on it.
Yeah, and I think too, like, if you look at the way the team performs on grass and on turf, there really is no difference. Like, yeah, maybe you're a little bit faster on turf, but for the Bears, the way we play, like, we're not a team that really beats you with speed. We're more a finesse team. Like, yeah, maybe it gives Montgomery a little bit more oomph, but we get laughed at by other countries for even like having turf anywhere associated with our sports.